Shalom, it's Sophia Cares. What's up, Aries? This is gonna be your weekly reading. This is your weekly reading, aka your next 7. So we'll be tapping into your ESPM, which is your emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental energy, as well as clarifying with strength, weakness, and advice, or past, present, or future. Okay. All right, so let's get started. So for emotional, we got dog protection from a fat, powerful friend. That's my dog. That's my dog. Okay, so that's your emotional. So you feel emotionally protected, okay, in an area where they're kind of like safeguarding the fence, okay. And then we have sphere, or spear. We have heartache over what you no longer have, okay. So that's in your spiritual section. Also, spiritually, it allows you to sometimes, okay, on a spiritual level, you have to lose things, okay? And sometimes in a spiritual level, that can be in a physical form or a physical being, okay? So that is kind of that exchange that you have to have when it comes to that, that exchange of protection. All right, so then we have ring in your physical, okay? A marriage will take place, either romantic or business, okay? So that's kind of that permission. I want to say, I'm not ready to announce it because it's my own personal thing to keep me going, but I got an omen yesterday that was really important for me because I feel like this exchange, this energetic exchange that I got in return for the leaving of, what I no longer have, I am able to kind of keep going forward with that energy, okay? So this is in your mental. Temptation will test you, okay? But that does not mean that, what you no longer have needs to be rekindled again, if that makes sense, okay? So I feel like in a sense, Aries, you guys are kind of like basically crying over spilled milk, especially with past relationships that have brought you great joy, that you may have needed to, go deeper into, that you feel like that you haven't, okay? And sometimes you have to say, okay, I have to be at peace with not having that anymore, okay? So that is really that peace. But that temptation to involve yourself in that, again, is not probably for your best being because you know how you treated it the first time, or it knows how you treated it the first time, if that makes sense. So 222. Okay, so then we have just to go ahead and talk about the either strength, weakness, or advice, or past, present, or future energy, whichever one you need. Okay, I'll discuss both. So we have the 9 of Hearts. Okay, so that is that single fulfillment. That is also the 3-3. We got the Jack of Hearts at the bottom of the deck, which confirms what I was just thinking to myself about what myself was thinking. Okay, so the numbers are 16, 5, and 48. So you guys need to pay attention to the numbers and synchronicities of those, okay? So anytime I put my phone on military time, and I recommend you all as well too. But 16 is a great number of synchronicity, which is 4, 16, of course. And then we have 3-3. So whenever you see 333, give praise in the Most High, etc., etc. All right, so the number 16. So the number 9 of Hearts. Let me see. Oh, I've been thinking about ships a lot lately too. So aka that ship has sailed. Okay, there's always a time for you to speak up, and when you don't speak up, you miss out, okay? So the ship is the symbol of riches, and when near it, indicates wealth by inheritance or trade. It also foretells a voyage, okay? So there could be a trade-off to what you now received. We have the 3 of clubs, okay? So that energy is in, which is a weakness, okay? So the number 5, the tree, good health, near flowers, fulfillment of highest hopes, okay? But this is also this is also about book writing, okay? So this can be present energy. If you guys are working on books, this is a great writer, okay? This is a very great orator. They're prolific in their speeches, okay? They're prolific as well as in their penmanship, okay? And maybe not in like actual writing, but it's those are one of those people in history. I haven't done my research, but I will do it just now because I'm mentioning that these 3 of spades, 3 of clubs people are those who you see as great writers, okay? You see their text in later history, okay? So if you are that card, then keep that in mind. But if also, let me do 9 of Hearts real quick. Okay, so yeah, this could be a therapist, counselor, a wish, apology, heartbreak, grief, divorce, etc. Okay, that could be the past energy, and that's what you could be crying over, okay? Actually going through that divorce with, okay? We got the 3 of diamonds, okay? That 3 of diamonds is 48, okay? So I always think about the movie, the show, First 48. I don't watch it, but there is a great amount of, writing that you can find in it, okay? So anyway, the money safe indicates riches, okay? If shut side is toward the person, it denotes loss by speculation, okay? So again, also again, you could be a great spectator, okay, or a great spectator writer. That's just kind of what the energy is, okay. And this Jack of Hearts is always going to be a high spiritual vibration, okay. So whenever that number comes in, that's a very high vibrational spiritual energy, okay. But like I said, the Three of Diamonds also gives you that indication that, you know, the money that you have is safe within the community. The money that you have is safe within those that you surround and break bread with, okay? Like I said, even the Nine of Hearts is that, like, okay, so it's kind of like saying if you have a counselor or a therapist, that is worth the money, okay? Who you invest in is worth the money, as well as, you know, what they'll help you unpack to unwrite, okay? Or rewrite. All right, so we got the Ten of Wands in reverse, okay? So again, when you have that counterpart or that aka me here being your medium, being able to, you know, translate information, you're in a safe space, you're in a protective space, okay? That way we can help you unpack all those burdens, those loads, etc., that you need to, you know, kind of lay to rest with your shoulders, okay? Every emotional trauma that you have is usually trapped in your shoulder when it comes to great responsibility, okay? And able to share the woes of the responsibility that you have will be able to help you kind of like really unpack the responsibility that you have and, you know, compartmentalize it in a sense, okay? Because I even think about the safe that is here present, okay? And the trees is also a form of, you know, vibration and growth and intellect, okay? So we have the Page of Wands in reverse. That connects to dog, okay? I guess, sorry. These are the clarifiers for that, okay? So that protective energy, it was helping you actually, you know, protect yourself from not creating too much work and tension in your life, okay? So we also have another page, okay? So that's in the reverse though. So again, you didn't lose. This could be say you know, you could be sad over losing the Page of Wands, okay? The Page of Wands is someone who comes in. Even though you know the pay is fine and all that. You know, that doesn't mean he's the highest person for your life goals or your fulfillments, okay? They wouldn't have left if they were. All right, in a scene similar to the former, a young man stands in the act of proclamation, okay? He is unknown but faithful. His tidings are strange, okay? So the things that he may have been involved in, that's just on the spiritual level, which you can learn from the page, okay? Faithful, but his tidings are strange, okay? So meaning, again, on that spiritual level, this person may have, you know, been on an energetic level where it helps you kind of like really, again, unpack that energy. Okay, so in reverse, anecdotes, announcements, evil news. Okay. Also indecision and the instability which accompanies it, okay? So again, being more decisive about objectives are probably why this person had to leave, okay? So you can be more decisive, okay? So that's that 4. That's that meditation, deep meditation. And now that you have meditated on what you need to do, you'll know how to proceed forward, okay? And that's exactly what the counselor will help you do. That is the strength. That is the past energy. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. That's that ring, okay? So this is the person that you may be in a physical level. The 6 of Pentacles coming in is also, you know, kind of really indicating that, oh, if I, you know, if it's kind of like a tit for tat, like if I give you this, will you give me that? And this person has to, like, okay, and this could be your energy as well. You have to be okay with giving in a reciprocal energy, like for a long term, okay? Because 6 of Pentacles is long term. It's equivalent to the 6 of Diamonds, which is what our Neptune is in, okay? So you have to see on a spiritual level, again, that, you know, because something is strange, or because, you know, events that occur that may, you know, seem strange, you're able to now articulate with this person in a business, you know, what you will not take and what you will take, okay? Better negotiations, okay? But let me give you this real quick, the 6 of Pentacles, okay? So reverse is desire, cupidity, envy, jealous, and illusion, okay? So again, you have to be careful with a partner that is, you know, going to be, you know, reciprocating that energy, even though, you know, okay? you know, they may be a little more on the selfish side because they now feel like they have that ring, which is that Saturn around you, okay? So they want to go through many karmic cycles. I mean, not really karmic, but they want to go through more cycles with you. But that Saturn is also going to be disciplining and restricting them in an aspect where they, you know, now feel they can't, how do I say this? they can't get away with a lot more things because they wanted more from you, okay? And that's what's going to be more apparent to them. Like, oh, okay, so because I want more from you, I have to actually give more of, you know, my sensibilities to you, okay? And sensibilities mean those sensitive subjects, those sensitive topics, those sensitive, you know, those areas, okay? So what would be tempting you? The King of Swords in reverse, okay? So I was researching something today, and well, it just came up on timeline, and I just kind of found it. So that was great. But you guys ever watch The Good Place? It's on Netflix. It's one of my favorite shows. I almost want to rewatch it. But it was talking about, like, you know, heaven or hell, aka the bad place, the good place, okay? And then some people were misplaced, and then, you know, okay. But anyway, so this man name is I forgot his name, but whatever. So they were referenced him, the black guy. His name, he's like the African in the show. He might not have been African, but whatever. Just watch the show, and the guy who is chilling with, I know that's not Hayden Panettiere, but it's the other girl who's on Veronica Mars. I'm sorry, but that's her. So they describe him as that, okay? He was a philanthropist, okay? He studied philosophy. He wasn't, that ain't two the same words. But anyway, he studied philosophy, okay? And a lot of people don't like philosophical people, okay? So this will tempt you, okay? Unorthodox thoughts, or thoughts that are not, you know, geared to think more deeply, okay? So something more superficial can actually tempt you into believing that you're not in a relationship with the King of Swords because they, you know, practice maybe other things that you don't practice, okay? So be aware of that temptation that, you know, that seems like an easier route for you to take. Okay, so we got the King of Swords right here. Let me go to him real quick. And we got a lot of reversals. Okay, so he sits in judgment. So judge in too deeply, or you may feel judged by this person, okay? But anyway, reversed is cruelty, perversity, barbarity, perfidy. How do you say these words? These are so ugly. And evil intention, okay? That will tempt you outside of this relationship, okay? Or that may be what you fear within this relationship, Aries, okay? But we got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, okay? I made that go up right. So let's clarify this 9 of Hearts real quick. Let's clarify this 9. But I just feel like because it is a form of temptation, it is a form of, you know, delusion too, okay? So then we got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, okay? That's clarifying it. So this could be in times of relationship you felt unjust, or a relationship was unjust, okay? So because that's in reverse, you now have seen how to kind of manage your money within relationships, okay? And a lot of times when people get rich and they want to spend around people that they wouldn't normally spend around, okay? They give, and then that creates more. And even go back to Watch My Money and Love, that creates more energetic, you know what I mean, karma with your money and your ties, okay? So then you now go ahead and evolve to the, as a strength to the 10 of Pentacles, okay? So again, like I said, sharing money with people who, or again, will create that energetic tie that will have evil intention behind it. So now having to center that thought with yourself and with who you want to have that marriage with, you now have to, like I said, say, okay, is this primary for you, or is this primary for others? A lot of times relationships end because people are spending money with people where they don't belong, okay? Where it don't belong, okay? And there's not congruency in how they want to use that energetic exchange, especially when you're doing it outside of your family, okay? So we got the King of Swords right here. So again, that's to confirm that. Okay, so I feel like with the King of Swords that came up over here with the temptation is to be a bad magician. Not really a bad magician. There's really no bad magician. There's just a poor etiquette magician, okay? There's magicians who use things for the primary reason of, you know, not in the humanitarian Aquarian way. They will use it for not the greater good, okay? So again, saying, okay, this, and this. That's bad spell work, okay? And I feel like people because the number is close to 5 right here, that really kind of indicates, you know, where a person's maturity is at, okay? That's why I said if you don't unpack, you'll spill out hate that a person you can't take back. Do you understand? A lot of times words, you can't take them back. Well, duh. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's what that is, especially in commitment. So this is going to have to, that's probably what's tempting you, saying things that you don't mean to the person that you're supposed to be, you know, giving reciprocity to. And it could be, again, out of jealousy. Okay, and then we got the Two of Cups. So again, making sure you don't say anything just because you good with words. Don't mean you should say, you know, poor things with your tongue. Okay, because the King of Swords came up in an upright to give that, you know, that strong indication that it needs to be addressed. Whatever needs to be addressed needs to be addressed head on, and that could be a weakness. Okay, you know, not really clarifying what you mean by what you mean. Okay. Because this is the King of Swords, you know, operating the world, but look how rusty the world is, okay? Even her, you know, look at this card. Does she look like she want to be pregnant by this person? She can see that that's a dead man. That's a dead man walking. No offense. I mean, these cards are gruesome, you know what I'm saying? But it's also saying, you know what I mean? They always say when you grow your facial hair or when you grow chin hair, that is a form of wisdom, okay? In your speech. So don't lose that wisdom in your speech because, you know what I'm saying, you are in this relationship. Okay? Because your job has to be your job. That's your purpose. You have a counterpart who helps you with that purpose. Okay, let me wrap this up real quick. I did want to do the King of Swords real quick. All right, so the upright, using one's willpower to an end, okay? Controlling leadership, determination, disciplined, lawmaker, and logical, okay? So again, the nature of law, the law of nature. I'll keep going with this. Oh, okay. Ooh, we got the Seven of Cups, refusing that. And then we got the Strength card, refusing the temptation, okay? This is the perfect time to be really evaluating what you're going to refuse, because if not, you can lose. That's the remain at the bottom of the deck. You can lose your Queen of Cups. Ooh, if you lose your Queen of Cups because you think, if you lose your Queen of Cups because you think for 1 second that the world is out here going to treat you better than what you have already nurtured and what has already been shown as wetter. Okay, she told me to say that. You know what I'm saying? But you have been shown as wetter. Because that really comes in when it says the wheel of fortune is in your fate, you know, it's in your favor. Just because it's in reversal, it's just meaning it's a mirror, okay? That's not me, and I have to say that. That's not me. Maybe Three of Pentacles was me, you know what I mean, being able to translate that back to you, you know, the fair exchange of. But anyway, if you guys are interested in personal reading, make sure you read the description box below, as well as I have new tiers on Patreon, which will be a lot more and the more affordable, but it's obviously monthly, but it will charge you today, okay? But I will get those back to you within this month or the same day reading, okay? All right, ciao, bellos.